Well, a very good new year to you, and trust that 2023 has started well and that the whole year is going to be just grand for you one way or another. In my readings this season, I'm reading through the Bible chronologically, so basically just starting at Genesis and working through, but then it gets more complex when you get into the middle books, you could say, of the Old Testament, to get everything into the right order with the prophets and the battles and the different comings and goings. But at the beginning it's fairly straightforward. We're working our way through Genesis right now. And the thing that has struck me again as I'm reading it is the attention to detail that God seems quite delighted to apply. Now, it's not just about the creation narrative itself. That is obviously just a stunning revelation to the intricacies of God's precision. When we look at nature, when we look at animals and the complexity of the created order, we see just minute details right down to the quantum realm where God has orchestrated these beautiful intricacies and complexities that we're still discovering in science. But the details that struck me even today that I want to ponder just for a minute are maybe not quite as staggering as scientific breakthroughs, but it is the relationship arrangements that Abraham desires for his son Isaac. So Abraham's getting old and he wants to make sure that Isaac marries from the right group of people. So Abraham instructs his servant to go back to their family area and to find for his son Isaac a wife. And so the servant goes and he really doesn't know what he's in for, and so he comes to this group of people in the right area and he starts to pray, and his prayers have all kinds of sort of details and consequences in them to say, okay God, if this happens then that's good, and then if this happens then that's good, and if this happens then I'll take it that it's your open door and I'll walk through it, but if it's not then I'll back off and I'm off the hook. And so as he goes through this circumstance, he sees the prayers that he's just finished praying to God answered one after another. And so the servant is now introduced to Rebecca, and she subsequently becomes the wife of Isaac, through all these little details and providence and circumstances that on one hand are quite mundane, but on the other hand are of immense importance in the family lineage that eventually stretches all the way forward to even the life of our Lord. So just being encouraged again that God is sovereign over all creation and the whole cosmos, but at the same time seems to be very comfortable using the everyday circumstances of our lives to encourage us that we are walking in the right way, we're on the right path. And so that can inform our prayers, it can inform our faith, it can inform our whole outlook on life when we realize that the details of our lives, even the minute circumstances of our lives, are not beyond God's scope of interest or providence. But everything is really in God's hands to use, to affirm, to encourage, to correct, to steer, that all of our lives really are laid open before God, and these circumstances can be used as a source of encouragement and faith-building confirmation, and also challenge to take steps of faith, to take a risk, to step into something that we might not be quite prepared for, and we need God's assurance that He is with us. And He uses these little details often to affirm that presence, to assure us that yes, He is guiding us and steering us and leading us along these paths. And we don't always get it 100% right. As I've often said to my own family and even to the church, nobody's life is a straight line. Everybody has all kinds of bends and twists and corners and detours and, around the switchbacks of life. And nobody gets all of this right all the time, but I think God is still determined and profoundly interested in using the details of the circumstances when we are offering them prayerfully to Him, to then offer them back to us as ways of steering and affirming and communicating love and trustworthiness that His providence is through and through. So hopefully that's an encouragement for you to inform faith and prayer as we stretch into 2023 and we're about to walk down the path that will take us to maybe some unexpected places in life and unexpected challenges, but to understand God's presence and providence is with us every single step of the way. So be blessed with that. Until next time, peace.